Welcome to PNRShow Season 2, Episode 9 for Thursday, 2/26/2015.
I'd rather have lager than wine. I'll take a strong stout over Sprite. I prefer to confer with a half pint of ale and live a long life till my private parts fail. For life without liquor is to no avail. So bring me lager for life. I'd rather have lager than wine.
We got your net neutrality right here! Right here! Welcome to the PNR Show. From the deep, dark, barely reached corner of the interwebs, we are your one-stop shop for beer and brothers in arms chatting about beer and clown heads and monocles. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Rob.
Hi, guys. I'm Rob. I'm in Texas, and we've got Gary and Jeremy in California, Keith in New York. They all four have come together, the Fantastic Four, if you will. And we are happy to bring you this podcast on Alpha Geek Radio, Channel 3. Hello, Alpha Geek folks.
Hi.
Those of you listening to us on regular podcasts can actually tune into our live streams on Thursday nights by going to tunein.alphageekradio.com. We have a website that we like to put up our funny little bits and information up on. That's PNRShow.com. You can email us, give us some feedback for the show or questions you may have or suggestions or things we'd like us to cover at pnrshow@gmail.com, or reach out to us individually on Twitter. Gary is at Always Breaking. Jeremy is at Jeremy Brooks. Keith is at Wolfman K. And I am at RebRob, R-E-B-R-O-B. And finally, we have a Google Plus chat room. You can email us at our at that gmail.com address and let us know you'd like to join our chat room, and we'll be happy to add you. We are chatting constantly throughout the day about things important and not. So,
in fact, we've lost more people because we chat constantly.
Yes!
They're just sick of getting the updates.
Yes. If you like your phone drained,
we will drain your battery.
Drain that battery. But enough about the show information. Let's find out how our three other co-hosts are doing this evening. How are you guys?
I'm ready to drain some beers.
I am with Jeremy on that.
Ditto.
Yeah, this happens to be another one of those days where the guys are talking almost from the first thing in the morning about drinking beer today.
Well, due to the time difference, I'm sure it was first thing in the morning.
Yeah. So we're going to dispense with the pleasantries and get right into our beer. But before that, we've got some lovely music coming your way. Okay.
No? Baywatch, anyone?
Yeah, I mean,
that was?
It's definitely Baywatch.
It's definitely
Definitely Baywatch.
I'm just hoping for warmer weather, please.
You picked a great segue because we're going to drink two beers tonight. And what better way to start off a two-beer show than with a hefty, voluptuous blonde, just like on Baywatch.
Yes,
and
a double D blonde.
That's right. Our first beer this evening from the Hop Valley Brewing Company is the Double D Blonde. Now, I'm out of Eugene, Oregon. I'm a big fan of the Double Ds. I won't lie to you. So this
I thought you were going to say you were a big fan of the blondes.
Probably that too.
Well, yeah. But the Double D, and especially blondes, have a special place in my heart, or rather my tummy. Or it soon will, I should say. Guys, what can you tell us about the Hop Valley folks?
They're in Eugene. I picked this one up last summer, and I thought of you specifically, Rob, when I picked it up.
Hey, thanks.
Because I know that you do like the blondes.
I do.
It's a 5% ABV, so it's a light ale, kind of probably a golden color. So it's a lower on the alcohol scale, and I'm guessing probably more of a I don't know, summertime beer to me. But I guess you can drink it anytime since it feels like summer in California.
According to the
Right.
can, it's only 20 IBUs too, so it'll be
Yeah,
low on the hops.
Not very bitter.
Well, but it is from Oregon, so they could say it's 20 IBUs, but
Yeah,
it could still
true.
you could still get a lot of hop flavor coming through.
Now this has the Willamette hops, and what kind of hops are those in terms of taste?
Jeremy,
I think is it Willamette?
Willamette,
There's a way
yes,
to pronounce that, and it's
Willamette.
there's a bunch of
Willamette.
stuff in the Pacific Northwest that's strange.
All right.
Um,
So we're gonna crack this
It-
open. The Double D Blonde.
so it's
So
Willamette,
this-
and it's also Cascade, which is typically a grapefruity, citrusy hop.
Cascade is your typical West Coast beer hop, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's something. One of the big C's you'll find in IPAs.
Right.
It's got a nice clean aroma to it. It pours very, very goldeny.
yeah, very
You
golden.
launch your
They actually-
blonde.
The Hop Valley classifies this as an American style wheat beer.
Ooh,
love
I might
me
be in
some
love
wheat,
already. I might have to caress
me
this.
some blonde.
I have to caress this Double D Blonde close to my my bosom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've never had this before,
Well,
so it'll
smells
be a new
good.
one for me.
All right. Hopefully, you guys can secure yourselves a Double D Blonde. But for right now, we'll have to contend with the beer. So, Prost! First beer of the night.
Well, that's an interesting combination.
Mm-hmm. It's like a blonde that wants to be a pale ale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty good. There's not a lot of cloudiness in it. They said it was a
No.
wheat beer.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd call it a wheat, although it is a little cloudy.
That's what they said.
It's
This golden
kind of
colored
smooth.
ale.
It's kind of smooth like a wheat. I don't know.
Touch,
it's not
touch of wheat malt.
Yeah, the hops
it's
are.
almost a pale wheat.
Pardon me for saying so, but the hops are, to me at least, are very understated.
Yeah, this is
Way
this
in
is
the
a nice
background.
beer.
Digging it.
You want to go first, Rob? Let's.
Yeah, I really dig it. I will say, and maybe this is a product of getting it from last summer.
Yeah.
I will say mine's a tad on the flat side, just a tad. But I'm not going to fault the
Mine's
beer. I'm going to fault how long it's been sitting and maybe the travel that it took, the journey that it took to get me here. But aside from that, it's very tasty. It's got a nice buttery texture, and it finishes really well. It's got a really good rounded flavor to it. There is the hops are there, but like I said, they're very much in the background to just kind of fill in the different parts of the taste for the beer, which I really enjoy. So I'm going to give this an 8. It's really quite good. I'd love to taste this on draft.
Very nice.
Yeah, this is a really nice light color. Mine is not very carbonated at all. It poured with a nice thick head, but there's not a lot of carbonation in the beer itself.
Yeah,
And
mine's the same way, exactly.
I think I would like it to have a little more carbonation, so it has a little
Mhm.
more spark on the tongue, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Uh,
That's it. You got it right.
But it has a really nice flavor. It's not. It's very well balanced. It's light. It's not super malty, so it doesn't need a lot of hop to balance it out. But you can tell that the hops are there, and the finish is a nice bitterness, but not overdone. It's what it should be for a blonde. This is a great beer. I'm going to give it an 8. Probably it would be higher if it was a cold day and had a little more, or like a warm day, a cold beer, and a little more carbonation in this.
Yeah,
This
this
is-
would be great
this is a
for
really nice
this would be
beer.
great for the summertime.
Yeah, it's a really nice beer.
Well, I'm gonna pretty much concur with you guys. I don't have anything else to add. I think it could use a little bit more carbonation. Like Rob said, it'd probably be really good on tap. It definitely has a little bit of that wheat beer characteristic in the flavor. which is interesting because it doesn't really look a lot like a wheat beer other than that kind of lighter color. So it does have a bit of complexity going on. You do have those hops, like you said, and then you do have those the wheat beer characteristics coming through. So that's kind of cool. I do enjoy it. It's good. It's certainly not my favorite of this particular style, so I'm going to give it a 7.
Okay. And finally, the man, the myth, the legend, Keith. What say you?
Let me paint you a picture.
Oh, wow. Sounds like one of my reviews. Go for it. I'm excited.
Everybody settle in here.
Oh.
Strap in.
Okay.
Imagine you're young. You don't have a lot of beer experience yet. It's a hot day. Maybe you've just been building a wall or retaining wall or mowing the lawn. Something requiring manual labor. And you're doing it for a friend, you're helping out a friend do this thing on a warm summer day, and the sweat and the heat from the sun just kind of wraps around you like a blanket. And he hands you halfway through this project a PBR, and you open it and you take a long pull on it, except it's not PBR, it tastes like this. What a world that would be. I mean, perhaps it's that I'm in.
Are you trying to turn me on?
16 of 4 degrees below zero, and I'm just longing for a summer day. But this beer is like that perfect. What a perfect cheap beer, summer beer should be. I don't know what it costs, but damn, I would keep like a 24-pack of these in my fridge all summer long if I could. This is an amazing beer. This should replace every $5 6-pack in the world.
They're
I really like it.
They're
It's
going to
an
be
8.
really upset if it's like a $10 6-pack.
It is. It's going to be a fitter.
It's,
'cause it
it's
probably
probably
is.
a $10 6-pack.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what did you get? What did you
I
give
gave
it?
it an 8. I gave it an 8. I
Alright.
agree with you. It's a great beer. It doesn't go that extra mile to really push it into 9 or 10 range, but it's just so solid, so easy to drink, so thirst quenching.
Now, what did you think about the comment that we made about the carbonation? Would you agree
I
with
actually find my carbonation to be perfect.
that? Oh, okay.
And that is possibly a function of my very in-depth storage technique that involves freezing and thawing 17 times in a single week. It may have preserved the carbonation better than your just simple put it on a shelf one that you guys use in California. I don't know. But it's a very, very precise and scientific method that we use here in the Northeast
Gotcha.
when you store your beer in the garage.
Well, that ends up being a very respectable score.
Yep.
Gary, what is our score?
7.75.
That's really good.
Yeah, Beer Advocate gave it an 83, which only has 32 ratings.
That's
so
pretty close. Very, very close.
yeah, and I think Untapped was around a 3.5. So
This would be, at least in my mind, not a bad beer to try some lime brew salt.
So I wouldn't. I love brew salt, but I don't want to taint my beer.
I was
What's
looking
all
for
about the taint?
brew salts, but I decided I didn't want to do any brew salts in my glass because I'm going to do the
Hi,
other
Vicky.
stuff.
Texas is
No,
this close.
If you had I probably wouldn't do that if I had only a single can like I do this evening. But if I had a 6-pack, I might try one can.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh yeah,
Some
definitely.
some of the lime is one I'd try.
Yeah, lime. For
Lime
sure.
would be good.
Very,
Or even
very
the
tasty.
pepper. The pepper would be good too.
All right, guys, you ready to move on to beer number 2?
I don't know. This one feels awfully cold.
Let's interlude a topic and then go into beer number 2.
Oh, okay.
Sure. Okay. That would be good, because I can thaw this under my light, maybe.
So we're going to go premature. We're going to have a premature topiculation.
Put it under your
into our
shirt, Pete.
pint. And
I don't think I can do that.
speaking of
Not for very long.
pinticulation, the folks in Tennessee know how to write themselves some great laws. And there is a bill proposed in the Tennessee state legislature that will allow 18-year-olds to drink beer. Now hold on. Hold on.
That's not what they said.
Hold on. When I say drink, they're allowed to put the beer to their lips and allowed to intake it into their mouth. However, they're not allowed to swallow their beer. That's right. Tennessee is saying that they want you to spit, not swallow. The bill proposed by, I think it's Senator Ketron, Senator Bill Ketron, would allow underage college students to taste beer that they make in a brewing course in college. The students have to be at least 18 and would be required to spit the beer out under the supervision of a professor. So the idea is they're brewing as part of their education, as part of the class, and they're allowed to taste how their beer is doing over the course of the semester, but they're not allowed to swallow it. So, gentlemen, would you take a beer-making course? You're a freshman in college. Would you take a beer-making course where they say, look, you're going to get your chance to brew your own beer and to have your friends around you brew their own beers, and you're all going to get to try the beers, but you can't swallow them. You got to spit it out. Is that a course you're willing to take on?
Sure, but I would like to know who in the Tennessee legislature honestly believes that 18-year-olds are not drinking beer in college.
You expect them to take the course and say, what is this strange? I don't even know it's fizzy. It's like wet cardboard, which was my impression of beer at 18.
I would take the class just for the homework.
That's good research, sure.
Yeah. I mean, you take the beers home. How's the teacher going to enforce this? My point was that the law is stupid because they're not actually swallowing the beer, so they're not actually drinking it. So you don't need a law for people to not drink beer. But that's my point. But yeah, this is just kind of silly to even bring this up and waste legislative time with it.
Well, it is Tennessee.
Yeah, they don't got a lot going on there, do they?
I don't think so.
Well, and I would think this is really just a gateway to the distilling whiskey class, which is really all of Tennessee. Really, just was born and bred to do.
That's true. That's true.
It's Moonshine 101.
That's right. So if they can get this passed with the beer, then they're all set to.
Now look,
if
if I knew at 18 where I would be where I would be now, and enjoying beer as much as I do, and even now venturing into the making beer, which I have an update on later on, by the way, I would probably have taken a course like this to learn how to make it, because over the course of my life, I would have saved a lot of money on beer.
Yeah.
And I don't know about the spit not swallow. I mean, I guess they're making it akin to like when you go to a wine tasting.
Yeah.
You're supposed, although try to tell my wife and her friends that you're actually supposed to just kind of swirl the wine out and then spit it into a glass. You're not supposed to actually drink it.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing about beer is that the nature of beer and the hops and all those kinds of things, you actually do need to drink it to get the full flavor because it does need to pass across your whole taste palette.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't swallow it, then you're going to be missing out a little bit. So.
Well, you can get the similar effect by gargling.
That's not quite the same.
Now, okay, so this brings up the question: how in the world, if this passes,
Derby actually just face palmed. He did a real life face palm.
Keith, can you demonstrate the beer gargle for us?
I will on my next one.
Awesome.
We will do this. I will do the beer gargle for you.